I made some sleepy time tea because, you know, it is 10 o'clock. And as soon as I finish filming this tonight, I'm going to be going to bed. What's up, everybody? My name is Andrew Jacob Winley, and I make content for the people who are looking to know more about life. I am currently in a series spreading all throughout of September, all about suicide awareness, since it is Suicide Awareness Month. And this week I wanted to dive a little deeper into my personal struggle with depression. Let me tell you about me. I mentioned in the last video that I didn't necessarily know or accept the fact that I had depression until I was almost done with my first semester of college. So I was 19 years old. I have a feeling, though, that I had struggled for a very long time without even knowing it. When I was going into my senior year of high school, I spent all of that summer helping out and playing sports with some teams that my high school had. For some reason, though, I felt entirely alone. I was surrounded by people that I knew and that I loved. I never believed that I was seen or heard. I was seen and I was heard, but I didn't believe it. But I'm just gonna skip over all of senior year and cut to me leaving for college. I was incredibly apathetic to the entire thing. You think that, you know, moving to college might be one of the most exciting days of your life up to that point, but it wasn't for me. School started and I, within a matter of weeks, went through a breakup. I wasn't doing well in my classes, despite studying every single day for hours on end. I was already separated from everyone else because of the foods that I had to eat. I mean, having celiac disease is very isolating. I have a video about celiac disease with another friend of mine, another YouTuber. You should go check that video out. It discusses everything about celiac. And also, I was living alone. All of those things just imploded on each other. It wasn't until we were talking about different mental illnesses in anatomy class that I realized that I was struggling with depression. We were going through the symptoms. I'm taking notes and, you know, I'm checking every box as to what I had. You know, lack of sleep, check. Feeling like my friends weren't my friends, check. Headaches, check. Feeling constantly sad, check. Feeling worthless, check. On a daily basis, I was looking at myself in the mirror and making myself smile and trying to find the best smile that was the most convincing. How screwed up is that? And it was at that moment that I realized that I was struggling hard. And then I was struggling things like guilt, because I was struggling with these thoughts that, you know, I'm a Christian and I can't be struggling with these things, but here I am. And God, I wanted to battle it in secret because I didn't want to accept the fact that I was down and that I might be living a life that was unworthy to God. And struggling with that guilt, I fell, man. Dude, I fell hard. The depression ate away at everything that I was. I was a faker. I really was. I was worried that society would not accept the person that would answer the question, "How are you?" The depression and I were one. Like, if I was introducing myself to someone, in my brain I would say, "Hi, I'm depressed. Nice to meet you." It wasn't, "Hi, I'm Andrew." It's, "Hi, I'm depressed." And the depression and I became so united that I didn't know who I was and what I was without it. It lied to me and said that it was necessary. And it became so consistent in my life that I became reliant on it. That if I didn't have that, then I was prone to all of the other unknowns in the world. So I allowed myself to stay connected to this thing called depression in a very real and dark way. And when it became united with who I was, tied together in a knot, not even in a knot, in my DNA, that's when it became incredibly dark. And it took a long time for me to look at it as not myself, but as an intruder. I mean, I love that word. An intruder is someone who is where they're not supposed to be. And I think that's something that has really encapsulated my journey forward, is allowing myself to view this thing called depression and then this other thing called anxiety as separate from myself, and that it was not only separate, it was even anti who I am and who I'm supposed to be. I was so ashamed and so weak that I could not speak above a whisper when I was telling them about what I was struggling with. But as I began to tell more and more people, my voice became stronger and stronger and a little more confident. My struggles were not simply my own anymore. They were spread out among a lot of people who were willing to help me carry this and to help me along. Those that I yelled out to came to me, and they encouraged me, and they helped me. When I spoke what was happening inside my brain to others, they didn't run away, but they helped me carry it. You're not made to do this life alone. I want to give you one story. This one is from The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. It occurred to Pooh and Piglet that they hadn't heard from Eeyore for several days, so they put on their hats and their coats and trotted across the 100-acre wood to Eeyore's house. Inside the house was Eeyore. "Hello, Eeyore," said Pooh. "Hello, Pooh." "Hello, Piglet," said Eeyore in a glum-sounding voice. "We just thought we'd check on you," said Piglet, "because we hadn't heard from you, and so we wanted to know if you were okay." Eeyore was silent for a moment. "Am I okay?" he asked eventually. "Well, I don't know, to be honest. Are any of us really okay? That's what I ask myself. All I can tell you, Pooh and Piglet, is that right now I feel really rather sad and alone and not much fun to be around at all. Which is why I haven't bothered you, because you wouldn't want to waste your time with someone who is sad and alone and not much fun to be around at all, would you now?" Pooh looked at Piglet, and Piglet looked at Pooh, and they both sat down, one on either side of Eeyore in his stick house. Eeyore looked at them in surprise. "What are you doing?" "We're sitting here with you," said Pooh, "because we are your friends, And true friends don't care if someone is feeling sad or alone or not much fun to be around at all. True friends are there for you anyway. And so here we are. Oh, said Eeyore. Oh. And the three of them sat there in silence. And while Pooh and Piglet said nothing at all, somehow, almost imperceptibly, Eeyore started to feel a very tiny little bit better. Because Pooh and Piglet were there. No more, no less. If you struggle with depression or suicidal thoughts or anything, please reach out. Reach out a hand and someone will grab it. I swear to you, someone will grab it. If you're not struggling, but you know someone who is, just reach out and grab the hand that might not even be extended. Because sometimes all they need is to know that someone truly cares for them. And that's where I'm going to leave it tonight. I've got a few more videos coming in these next few weeks. I appreciate you all. Stay safe and soldier on.